Imagine a snake so large it could easily swallow a deer, or one with venom powerful enough to kill within hours. These reptiles have ruled the planet's wilder places for millions of years, evolving into some of nature's most efficient predators. Today we'll meet some of the biggest, deadliest, and most extraordinary snakes on Earth. Welcome 11. The yellow anaconda. The yellow anaconda is a hidden resident of South American swamps with coloration made up of a complex pattern of yellow and dark blotches that perfectly blur its outline in muddy water. It is much smaller than its green relative, but it makes up for that by using coastal and swampy environments more actively. This is a semi-aquatic predator that spends most of its time in water where its movements become almost invisible. It hunts fish, birds, and small mammals using a sudden burst from ambush. Interestingly, its body allows it to stay underwater for a long time, minimizing visibility to potential prey. In water, it becomes almost a shadow, visible only at the moment of attack. Its strategy is not pursuit, but total fusion with the environment until the last moment. This is a snake that turns the water itself into part of its hunt. The king cobra. The king cobra earned its name not because of the size of its hood and not because of legends, but because it holds a truly special place among snakes. It is the longest venomous snake on the planet, with some individuals capable of exceeding 16 feet. But its real uniqueness lies in its behavior. Unlike most snakes, the king cobra often hunts other snakes, including very dangerous species. Its intelligence is also considered one of the most developed among reptiles. Its care for offspring is especially remarkable. The female builds a real nest out of leaves and guards the clutch, which is especially rare among snakes. When threatened, the cobra can raise a significant part of its body off the ground and almost look a person directly in the eyes. In that moment, it feels less like meeting a reptile and more like facing a creature that fully understands its own power. 9. The dragon snake. The dragon snake looks as if it escaped from the pages of a medieval bestiary. It can be found in the swampy regions of Thailand, Malaysia, and Indonesia, where one of the strangest reptiles on the planet hides in dark water. Its entire body is covered with sharp, raised scales, creating the impression of a miniature dragon that, for some reason, decided to give up its wings. Its appearance from above is especially surprising. Every scale seems intentionally lifted to break up the outline of the body and turn the snake into a piece of underwater debris or a sunken branch. Despite its intimidating appearance, the dragon snake remains a fairly secretive creature. It spends most of its time motionless, ambushing prey. Its diet consists mainly of fish and amphibians. The biology of this species is still poorly studied, which only strengthens its aura of mystery. Even experienced herpetologists admit that keeping these snakes in captivity is extremely difficult. 8. The blue Malayan coral snake. The blue Malayan coral snake looks as if someone accidentally dropped a piece of a neon sign into the tropical forest. Its deep bluish-black body is crossed by bright blue stripes, while the head and tail are colored a rich red-orange. The combination is so striking that many people assume photos of it are digitally altered, but all of that beauty is completely real. The species lives in the forests of Southeast Asia and leads a mostly secretive life. One of its most fascinating traits is tied to its diet. The snake often hunts other snakes, including venomous species. Its venom is considered one of the most specialized among coral snakes and primarily affects the nervous system. Despite its impressive coloration, encountering this reptile in the wild is incredibly difficult. Most of the time, it hides under the forest litter or among tree roots. 7. The eyelash viper. The eyelash viper appears when nature seems to test just how unusual an animal can be. Its main feature is obvious immediately. Above the eyes are raised scales that look like long eyelashes. It looks dramatic, but there is no makeup here. These structures help break up the outline of the head among leaves and branches. The snake's coloration is even more striking. In nature, individuals can be bright yellow, green, orange, reddish, and even pink. At times, it seems as if you are looking not at a predator, but at an exotic flower that somehow learned to hiss. Living in the tropical forests of Central and South America, the viper prefers to wait patiently for prey, staying motionless for hours. Its venom helps quickly immobilize small animals and birds. At the same time, the snake is quite modest in size, usually less than 2 feet long. The contrast between its small body and its vivid appearance makes it one of the most photogenic and at the same time most dangerous beauties in the snake world. 6. The reticulated python. The reticulated python has long held a place on the podium for length records among snakes. Some individuals exceed 23 feet, turning into living ropes of muscles instead of fibers. The name of this snake comes from its astonishing pattern. Gold, black, and silver lines form a complex net that looks like the work of a jeweler with endless patience. Living in the forests and swamps of Southeast Asia, the python is equally confident on land, in water, and even in trees. Young individuals often hunt among the branches, showing an agility that is hard to expect from such a long body. Interestingly, the reticulated python's skin shines with a rainbow-like sheen in the sun thanks to the special structure of its scales. This snake has no venom, but its muscles can hold prey with astonishing efficiency. 5. The black mamba. The black mamba is a name that already sounds like a warning, although the real blackness is hidden deeper than it seems. Inside this snake's mouth is a dark blue or charcoal black coloration, which gave it its name, while the body itself has gray olive or brownish tones that blend perfectly into the African savanna. The mamba is known not only for its venom, but also for its speed. Over short distances, it can move faster than most snakes on the planet, creating the illusion of frictionless gliding. Its behavior combines cold efficiency with a nervous reaction. When threatened, it raises the front part of its body and can attack multiple times in a series of rapid bites. The venom acts quickly, attacking the nervous system. At the same time, it is important to understand that its reputation as an aggressive monster is greatly exaggerated. Most of the time, the mamba leaves and avoids contact, but when paths cross, the space around it suddenly stops feeling safe. 4. The green tree python. The green tree python looks so much like the emerald tree boa that an inexperienced observer could easily confuse them. But this is an example of different branches of evolution arriving at almost the same solution. Living in the forests of New Guinea, Indonesia, and Australia, this python also prefers life among the branches. Its rich green coloration makes the body almost invisible among the leaves. Young snakes are even more surprising. They can be bright yellow, brick red, or orange before developing their adult coloration. Its resting posture is especially eye-catching. The python folds itself into neat coils over a branch like a carefully wound rope. The head remains pointed downward, ready to strike instantly. Sensitive heat receptors help it detect warm-blooded prey even in complete darkness. Because of this, the snake becomes a true night surveillance system hidden among the foliage. 3. The gaboon viper. The gaboon viper looks like the absolute world champion of camouflage among snakes. In the forests of Central and West Africa, it literally disappears among fallen leaves thanks to an incredibly complex geometric pattern of brown, cream, pink, and black tones. Each scale looks as if it were hand-painted by an artist obsessed with symmetry. But the main sensation is not hidden in its appearance. This snake has the longest venomous fangs of any snake on the planet. They can exceed 2 in. Imagine a weapon the size of a good folding knife hidden inside the head of a reptile. Despite its frightening reputation, the gaboon viper is not especially aggressive and prefers to rely on stillness. Sometimes it lies without moving for so long that it becomes part of the forest floor. Its massive body can reach 6.5 feet in length and looks almost unbelievably thick by snake standards. 2. The paradise flying snake. The paradise flying snake can cause mild confusion even in someone who sure understands the laws of nature. A snake is supposed to crawl, right? This one decided that rules exist for anyone but itself. Living in the forests of Southeast Asia, it regularly makes gliding jumps between trees over distances of more than 60 feet. Before taking off, its body flattens, transforming from a cylinder into something like a living ribbon. This creates lift and allows the snake to control its trajectory with surprising precision. Watching that movement feels incredibly strange. It looks as if a living branch is flying through the air. Its bright green coloration with black and yellow patterns helps it blend into the foliage. The snake hunts lizards, frogs, and small animals, often spotting them from above. Its maneuverability is so high that it can change direction while in the air. 1. The emerald tree boa. The emerald tree boa is a decoration of the tropical forest that somehow turned out to be alive. Its bright green body is marked with white zigzag lines, and its posture is almost always the same. The boa coils neatly around the branch, hanging its head downward while waiting for prey. This species lives in the rainforest of the Amazon, where it spends most of its life above the ground. Its teeth are especially impressive, among the largest of any non-venomous snake. They help it firmly hold birds and small mammals captured among the branches. Young individuals are often born not green, but bright orange or red, going through an astonishing color transformation as they mature. Thanks to its powerful muscles, the boa can remain motionless for hours, becoming part of the vegetation. When prey gets close enough, the strike is explosive. Among tree-dwelling snakes, it is hard to find a more striking example of how beauty can combine with patience, precision, and hunting efficiency.